What if old age is not the moment life closes, but the moment you truly begin to live? We are often taught to fear time, to fear wrinkles, to fear slowing down, to fear the feeling of no longer being needed. Society assigns old age a reduced role, fewer dreams, less hope, less value. Yet it is this belief that exhausts people throughout their entire lives. In Buddhism, each stage of life carries its own wisdom. Old age is the time when the mind is no longer pulled by the need to prove who we are. When we no longer chase comparison, we begin to turn inward. Slowing down is not a loss, but an opportunity to see clearly. When the mind becomes less restless, wisdom naturally appears. The Buddha taught that when the mind is calm, true understanding arises. Living fully does not mean staying young or becoming stronger. Living fully means being fully present with yourself in each breath. This video does not teach you to resist age. It invites you to live deeply within age itself. The 6 lessons ahead are 6 gentle doors guiding you back to a life of inner abiding. Lesson 1. Let go of what is no longer useful to you. Living fully begins with letting go. Many people believe that letting go means loss. But in the spirit of Buddhism, letting go is the release of life energy that has been trapped for too long. As the years pass, the outer layers naturally fall away. We begin to see clearly what truly matters. And we also see what has become too heavy for the mind to carry. Imagine the mind as a room. Inside it are warm memories, things that once supported us during difficult times. But that room is also filled with resentment, regret, and old roles we have lived for far too long. We do not suffer because time passes. We suffer because we keep holding on to what is no longer needed. The Buddha taught that pain is unavoidable, but suffering is created by our own clinging. When we put down one burden, the mind becomes more spacious. The breath becomes deeper. Life once again has room to flow. Ask yourself gently, what am I carrying only out of habit? A responsibility that no longer fits? An old image of who I think I must be? Or someone else's expectations that cost me my peace? Letting go does not require doing everything at once. It only asks for one small step. Release one obligation that no longer nourishes your mind. Release one old story about who you must be. Each time you let go, you become lighter. And when the mind is light, living fully naturally reveals itself. Living fully is not about having more. It is about becoming lighter so you can be yourself. When you clear the inner room, you create space for peace. That space allows you to listen to the body, listen to emotions, and listen to the truth quietly whispering within. There is no need to rush to change your life. All that is needed is the courage to put down one old burden each day and trust that lightness is the path that leads you back to a quiet and lasting freedom within yourself today. Lesson 2. Protect your peace by choosing the right relationships. Living fully requires peace. When we are young, many people accept endurance just to avoid being alone. We stay in relationships that drain us. We remain silent in the face of words that wound us. We strain ourselves to fit the expectations of others simply because we fear being left behind. But over time, we begin to realize a very simple truth. A room full of people is never more precious than a peaceful soul. Old age does not weaken us. It helps us understand more clearly the value of stillness. In the teachings of the Buddha, right speech, right action, and right livelihood do not apply only to outward behavior, but also to how we enter relationships. Not everyone has the right to step into our inner space. Not every word needs to be received. Not every presence nourishes the mind. There are relationships that allow us to open. There are relationships that cause us to shrink. When we must trade our peace to maintain a connection, the price has already become too high. If something takes away the calm of the mind, it no longer belongs on the path of living fully. Buddhism does not teach us to cut people off coldly. It teaches us to set boundaries with awareness. Loving from a distance can still be compassion. Letting go of an unhealthy relationship is not ingratitude, but honesty with ourselves. Not every connection needs to continue to prove our kindness. Some encounters are meant to remain only in memory with quiet gratitude. Take a moment to look deeply at the relationships around you. Who softens your mind when you are near them? Who makes you feel guarded, tense, or smaller than yourself? The answer is not found in logic, but in the felt sense of the body and mind. Peace always sends a clear signal. When we honor that signal, we begin to live more truthfully with our own path. Living fully is not about pleasing everyone. Living fully is choosing peace over obligation. When peace is protected, the mind has space to breathe, to understand, and to love without being depleted. Lesson 3. Living fully in the present moment. You cannot live fully if the mind is always outside this moment. As the years pass, the mind easily becomes stuck in the past, with things that can no longer be changed. Old choices, words left unsaid, quiet regrets that repeat themselves, and also stuck in the future with fear of illness, fear of loneliness, fear that the days ahead will not be as we hoped. The body is here, but the mind wanders between what is gone and what has not yet arrived. According to the teachings of the Buddha, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Bring the whole mind into the present moment, because only here is life truly happening. Imagine a very simple moment. You hold a warm cup of tea in your hands. The warmth spreads through your palms. The gentle scent of tea rises. Light touches the room in a natural way. The breath moves through the chest, steady and calm. There is nothing more to do, no one else to become. Just being fully present with what is happening. Presence is not the effort to push thoughts away. Presence is allowing everything to come and go without holding on. The practice is very gentle. Simply bring the mind back to where the body is. Feel the feet touching the ground. Feel the breath moving in and out. Notice emotions without judgment. No need to fix. No need to improve. When we stop interfering, life begins to regulate itself. Old age does not ask us to remember more or worry further. Old age invites us to return to the moment that is breathing. Each moment of presence is a moment of living fully. Not in memory, not in imagination, but right here. When the mind rests in the present, the weight of the past lightens. The worries of the future also settle. What remains is life flowing in a very ordinary and very real way. And in that reality we touch peace. Living fully is not somewhere far away. Living fully is here and nowhere else. Lesson 4. Making peace with impermanence. Living fully does not come from holding everything still, but from the ability to accept change. Old age is the stage of life where impermanence becomes most visible. The body changes day by day. Strength is no longer what it once was. Aches appear without warning. Roles within family and society also gradually shift. At times, we are no longer the one who leads, but the one who listens. At times, we are no longer at the center, but step quietly to the side. Relationships change as well. Some people leave, some remain in a different form. All of this can easily give rise to fear and resistance in the mind. Yet according to the teachings of the Buddha, suffering does not come from change itself, but from our resistance to it. Buddhism reminds us of a deep truth. We are not the body that is changing. We are not the role that is changing. We are not the relationship that is changing. We are the one who is aware of the change taking place. When we see this clearly, we begin to create space between ourselves and fear. We no longer identify with what is being lost. Imagine life as the 4 seasons. Youth is spring, full of beginnings. Midlife is summer, active and carrying responsibility. Old age is winter. But winter is not death. Winter is when trees grow quiet. Life energy withdraws deep within. On the surface, there is stillness, yet inside nourishment continues. Old age is the same. There is less display and more depth. It becomes the most inward and reflective season. When we stop resisting impermanence, we begin to listen to body and mind with gentleness. A very simple practice is when facing pain, fatigue, or loss quietly whisper in the mind, this is changing. There is no need to push it away, no need to hold on. Simply recognize that every state is passing. This reminder helps us avoid panic and prevents us from identifying ourselves with pain. When we allow change to be what it is, the mind softens. The breath becomes lighter. Life flows more deeply. Impermanence is no longer an enemy, but a silent teacher. When we do not resist impermanence, we live more lightly and more deeply through each stage of our lives. Lesson 5. Simple joy. Living fully does not come from achieving more but from the ability to appreciate what is already present. Society often teaches us that a person's value is measured by achievement. How much has been done? How many goals have been reached? How many roles have been fulfilled? This way of seeing leads many people into old age with a sense of emptiness because there is nothing left to prove. But in Buddhism, the value of life does not lie in results but in the level of awareness within very ordinary things. When we learn to pause and truly see what is already here, the mind begins to soften. Joy no longer depends on grand circumstances but arises from small moments. A ray of sunlight touching the skin in the morning. Warmth spreading through the body on a cool day. A slow conversation with no purpose. These are the things we once overlooked while chasing achievement. Old age opens the opportunity to return to this simple joy. Nothing new is required. Only a deeper seeing of what is already present. Buddhism does not deny effort or success. It reminds us that if we live only to achieve, we will miss life itself as it unfolds. True joy does not come from being more than others but from being content with oneself. A gentle evening practice is before sleep to recall 3 very small things that soften the heart during the day. They do not need to be significant. It may be a warm meal, a quiet moment, a feeling of safety while breathing out. When this is practiced regularly, the mind slowly shifts from scarcity to sufficiency. We stop asking, what have I achieved today? And begin asking, how deeply have I lived? This question changes the entire way we see life. It leads us out of comparison and back into direct experience. Living fully does not require more youth strength or accomplishment. Living fully is seeing the richness within what is simple and already here. When gratitude is present, joy arises naturally without effort. And within this simple joy we touch a quiet and enduring form of freedom. Lesson 6. The legacy of kindness. Living fully is not measured by what we own, but by how we treat people. As life moves into deeper stages, many begin to ask what they will leave behind. Money will be divided. Reputation will fade with time. But there is something that remains for a long time in the hearts of others. It is the feeling they carry after being in our presence. Buddhism calls this the legacy of compassion. This legacy does not need to be named or remembered aloud, yet it spreads quietly. When someone has truly been listened to, they learn how to listen to others. When someone has been treated with gentleness, they naturally become gentler with the world. The Buddha taught that compassion is not only kindness directed outward, but also how we relate to ourselves. A person who does not know how to care for themselves will struggle to care for others in a sustainable way. When we allow ourselves to slow down, to rest, and to stop self-blame, we are practicing compassion toward ourselves. From this foundation, kindness can flow naturally. A very simple Buddhist practice is when meeting anyone, silently remind yourself, this person is just like me. They also want to be happy. They also fear being hurt. They are also carrying burdens that no one sees. This small reminder softens the way we see others. It does not require us to agree with or accept every action, but it helps us respond from understanding rather than judgment. When we are present with gentleness, without advice or grand gestures, that presence itself has healing power. An unhurried glance, a slower voice, a wholehearted listening. These very small things create very lasting effects. Old age brings a precious opportunity. Without competition or the need to prove ourselves, we can choose to become a safe space for others, not by doing more but by being more deeply present. When life quiets down, kindness finds room to spread. And that is a legacy no one can take away. When we leave a room, what remains is not our words, but the feeling we leave in the hearts of others. Living fully is not about leaving noise behind. Living fully is leaving a quiet and enduring warmth. Old age is not the closing of life, but an invitation to go deeper into the essence of living. When the outer noise settles, we have the chance to touch what is essential within ourselves. The 6 lessons you have just walked through are not commands to change or perfect yourself. They are gentle invitations. Invitations to slow down so you can see more clearly. Invitations to lighten your load so you can carry less. And invitations to live truthfully with yourself in each stage of life. In the spirit of Buddhism, living fully does not depend on age, circumstances, or the past. It depends on the degree to which you are present in this moment. Before we end, take a moment to breathe slowly and listen to this wish. May you be peaceful. May you be fully present. May you live deeply exactly where you are. If this video brought you even a small sense of calm, please like or subscribe as a sign of presence. And if you feel called to share, leave a comment about which lesson speaks most to the season of your life right now.